welcome back to the Dice Tower coverage at GAMA 2017. I'm so excited to have Sarah Erickson from Renegade Games with me right now. Hi, Sarah.
Hey, how's it going?
It's excellent. I'm really excited. Obviously, Renegade Games is doing a lot of really fun stuff, in my personal opinion. And you've brought quite the spread.
Yeah, we have a lot of games I'd love to talk about. We have some that are just about to come out, and then we also have some that we are just announcing at this show, which is very exciting.
It's super exciting. But you've kindly spread something out in front of us here. So maybe, do you want to start here, or do you want to talk about some of the boxes first?
Oh, let's start here.
Let's dig in. Good. I'm excited because I love this. This is gorgeous.
This is fantastic. So Flatline is designed by Clank, who did Fuse, and this is in the same universe as Fuse. It is on a ship, and you are in the medical bay now. In Fuse, you're defusing bombs, and you're part of that team. Now you're part of the medical team, and you have to save patients. On this board, you can see that we have 4 different patients, and they're inside these sort of fancy futuristic pods. And on the top of the pods, it's going to tell you what the needs of that patient are. We're going to be playing in 1-minute timer rounds. Every person is going to roll their dice, and then we have 1 minute to decide how we're going to work towards saving our patients. And to do that, we'll place these on the needs. I place that there, and then there you go. So in this one, actually, if it has different symbols for what you need to do. So this says only one person can work on this one, but you could put that there, and then I could help you out by placing a green one, but now we still need a pink one. So if you don't have one that you need, there's a way to re-roll. I have to sacrifice a die, but now I can re-roll another. If I'd gotten a pink one, then we could do that.
Okay.
Once you've completed all the needs for one line on there, at the end of the round, after we've placed all our dice, we go through and we see what we've actually accomplished. And for this, we've completed that need, so we cover it up, and that part of what the patient problem were, we fixed that. So now, hopefully, once we've completed all of these, the patient will be a little bit better. We can get rid of them and take on a new patient.
Right.
But while we're doing this, we've got these poor patients coming in. They've got all sorts of problems, but we also have other emergencies that pop up. And those are represented by these emergency cards. Each round we'll be flipping over a different number of cards. They're going to go out into either this area or this area, depending on the type of card flipped over. And those are just more other things we have to deal with. These ones, for example, might say, players in the next round lose 2 dice. And that's no good because then you have less to work with.
Right.
So you can also take care of these needs by placing dice there to get rid of those cards, or you can place dice here. The other area on the board that's very important is placing dice here to get some of these extra power-up cubes. Because each round you're going to be taking one of these cubes off of this power meter. If you run out of power, you lose the game. So there's a few different ways you can lose. This is one of the most obvious. If there are some cards that will end up here for various reasons because you didn't deal with them, if you have too many cards up here, you also lose the game. So it's very tight. It's very difficult to win, but that's a good thing, and you can play in different modes to make it more or less challenging.
And so it's fully cooperative.
Fully cooperative.
1 to 5 players?
1 to 5.
And the rounds are timed, so you play until victory or until loss. And I have to say, I saw a game being played last night, and a team that may or may not have involved you killed the entire ship. So
well, we didn't save all the patients, that's for sure.
It was really fun, though. It's really dynamic, but it was interesting to see the teamwork. And I sometimes am leery of cooperative games, but what I really liked was how cooperative it really was. And there wasn't one person saying, this is where it needs to go, this is what we're going to deal with. Everybody was really saying, okay, I can do this, can you do that, help me here, no, let's try this. And it was very symbiotic, and I really liked that.
Yeah, that's a great thing about both this game and Fuse, is that you can have somebody trying to take the lead, and that's great, but once that timer starts going, everybody has to jump in and be part of the team, or else you're not going to win.
Yeah. And every player gets their own little set of dice that match their color, their player color, right? And I gotta say, for what it's worth, and maybe they'll show it during the Q&A, the dice are gorgeous.
These are amazing.
These are amazing dice.
You don't necessarily think about this until you're part of manufacturing, but normally what happens with dice is that you make them a solid color of plastic, and then you dump them in a pot of paint, and then you tumble them so the paint comes off of everywhere except what's indented. But when you have 6 different colors on your dice, you can't do that. So these are actually kind of really hard to make because they have to be hand painted.
Which is impressive because every individual side has a unique icon, which is very clear, but then each icon has its own color, which I think is really nice too because there are a lot of players that are colorblind, and so the combination of iconography and color really helps them out. So whether that was by intent or not, it's a really nice detail to cover off on.
We're very concerned about making sure that we're inclusive and everybody can play, and especially with colorblind issues because King Clanko, the designer of this, his kids are colorblind. So it's great to have that around because we can test these on them. We send them pictures of, hey, can you see the difference? And I know some people, we've been posting pictures on Twitter. We want to see if everybody's okay with that. Some people did mention some of these colors are a little close on the dice, but when you're playing the game, it's really only the symbols that actually matter in the fast part. So it has been working out just fine for that, and we are very conscious of it.
I love that, and the game looks gorgeous. Now, when will Flatline be available?
This is coming out late April, early May.
Oh, darn, you have me all teased up there. Okay.
I know. We're just doing the final proof, so the other fun part is we just got these copies mailed to us overnight from China to our hotel.
So we're looking at your proof copy right now.
This is our proof copy, and when we get that, we open it up and carefully go through every part of the game, make sure all the components are there, and we did that with this, and we had one little issue that we found, so we can fix it before they all go out, which is great, and then once we get that fixed, we'll send it out. And it goes on a boat, comes over here, and we can ship it out to everybody, hopefully early May.
Early May, okay. And then, do you remember offhand what the MSRP will be for this?
It's $50.
Okay, and you get how many custom dice?
It's 40 custom dice.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
It's a lot of stuff. You also get a couple Fuse promos in the box, and we are going to integrate this into our Renegade companion app. So you'll have a 1-minute timer on that free app that's already got Fuse in it.
Perfection. Awesome. Well, Flatline looks beautiful, but there are a whole bunch of other boxes here, so if you don't mind, why don't we want to talk about what's next?
All right, so Clank Sunken Treasures is the expansion to Clank, and this is coming out everywhere next Wednesday. So we're a week away from release. We're very excited about that. And this is a $25 expansion to the base game. It gives you a whole new board. It's got new tokens in there. You're now going underwater, so there's scuba equipment that'll help you go under there. You can purchase it at the shop in the game. And otherwise, it just gives you a whole new double-sided board of new experiences and a whole set of cards too.
Which is really awesome. And I mean, Clank seems like it's just really taken off for you. I see people talking about it everywhere. I hear people talking about it, and really everybody I know that's played it really enjoys it because it's a combination of deck building but giving an extra purpose to that mechanism with the board and things like that.
I think the push your luck element of it is just really special. It gives you an experience that you're going to talk about after you play. You don't just play the game and put it in the box and throw it on your shelf. You play it and then you did something fun with your friends. And that's what we're all here to do, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I know that when I play Clank, what we sometimes come as it really feels like you're on an adventure and you're kind of competing, and there are some interesting decisions as you kind of delve deeper for the good treasure, and so that's great. The underwater theme is really clever too. I like how you're expanding that. So that is great, and that's available anytime now.
Yeah, go to your local store, pick that up. You're gonna love it.
Great. What's next?
Castles of Caladale is also coming out this month. So March 29th is the release date for this one. And it is a beautiful, relaxing tile laying game where you don't have to know the rules before you start playing.
Yeah, I can get that.
The thing about this game is that as you're playing, you're drafting tiles from the board. There are going to be 9 tiles out there you can pick from, so lots of good choices. You pick a tile, and now you use it to build a castle. And as you expand your castle, if you find a tile that maybe would fit better somewhere at the bottom of your castle, you can rearrange all the tiles that you've already picked.
And that is completely uncommon in tile laying games where you can move a tile. And I know that that's one thing that I think makes it extra fun, and I know that my family's really enjoyed about it.
Absolutely. It's like creative mode in Minecraft. You get to make this beautiful thing that you're really proud of by the end of the game, and hopefully you get some points and win. But really, most people just don't seem to care by the end of it. And almost every time people play this, I see at the end they take out their phone and they take a picture because they're excited about what they've done. And that's just a great experience. And you can play it with grandma, gamer friends, doesn't matter. They're all going to have a great time.
One of the other things I really like about Castles of Caladale is I'm not sure who you got to do the art, but every single tile has just a little something special about it, whether it's a little fairy or a little mushroom, and those little art Easter eggs they add a little something special to it.
They're very adorable. Definitely.
All right. So that's Castles of Caladale. Oh, I'm sorry. Player count is?
It is 1 to 4.
Okay, and availability?
Coming out March 29th.
It's really close to my birthday, so I'm just going to pretend it's a birthday gift.
Nice. Your family should get that for you.
There you go. All right, well, I've still got more boxes, and I'm still really excited, so let's keep on rolling. What else do you have?
Wonderful. Honshu. So this one is a game that we found in Essen, and I just fell in love with this. As soon as you told me about it, and I got very excited about this game, and I went and checked it out, and I just bought it for myself. Like, that was the intention. Is I just wanted a game that I could play with my husband on the train during our vacation. And I bought it and played it the entire time and had a blast. And I just couldn't stop thinking about this game. And so we were lucky enough to get the license for North America. So that was awesome. And we are coming out with this in early May. It's printing right now in Europe. And as soon as it comes over, then we'll be putting it out on shelves.
Because I know there were some people that were hoping for it a little sooner. So, all right.
Yeah, that's okay.
and so Honshu is really a game of not trick taking, but you're kind of you're building a tableau, your little village, and the different landscapes score differently depending on how you build out. So you're building this 12 card tableau as you go, right? And it's very creative and very fun and puzzly. And so May for this one. May for Honshu. All right.
Yeah. Awesome city building game.
Yeah. Do you want to? I've got something over there, and I've got something over here. Which way do you want to go?
We'll go this way.
All right.
So this one is another King Clanko game. We're very excited. We just barely announced this on Monday of this week, and we've been showing it off to retailers. I can't wait for this to come out. It's called Flipships by King Clanko, and in this game, you are trying to defeat an onslaught of enemy ships. You've got cards in front of you, and it's a cooperative dexterity game. Every round, those ships are going to come closer and closer. In order to continue surviving, you have a token and that represents one of your ships in the fleet, and you put it on a little platform and you flip it. And as you flip it, you're trying to get it to land on those cards that are coming towards you. If they do land on it, it blows them up, and hopefully they don't come into your base, because if they do, they'll deal damage and then go back into the rotation of ships coming at you. At the very end, you'll have a 3D box, and that's the mothership. You have to do enough flips into the mothership to defeat it as well, and then you win the game. Very difficult.
I already can tell I'm going to lose it almost every time. And the art, I think, is a standout in this game. I mean, I think that Renegade has a reputation for strong illustration, but Kwanchai Moria?
Absolutely.
And I just want to show this off in case you didn't notice that obviously the name of the game is Flipships, but watch this, folks. Stick with me here. Flipships again. That is some hardcore graphic design there. I love that. Like, I know it's ridiculous, but I think that's really, really cool. All right, one more. Like, we got just a couple of minutes left here, Sarah. So, but we do have 2 teeny tiny boxes. So maybe we'll give 2 teeny tiny blurbs on them.
Sounds perfect.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with The Fox and the Forest. This game is coming out this summer as well. It is a 2-player trick-taking game. You use trump suits.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah, I loved playing Hearts as a kid, and this game is a 2-player version of Hearts in a lot of ways. So it's got some really special, unique powers for each card, but I can now play Hearts with just my husband, which is fantastic. And also, I love the artwork in this. It's a co-publishing project with Foxtrot Games. They did Lanterns with us and World's Fair.
A couple of little games.
Little things that, you know, worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
So they always go out of their way to make sure the rulebook is perfect, the game is well designed and developed, and the artwork is incredible. This no exception.
I have to say, I'm a huge trick-taking game fan, so I'm pretty excited about this. What are we thinking on availability on this, release date-wise?
This is coming out in June or July, and it's only going to be $15.
Right, and this is like almost a sibling game in some ways to Blood of an Englishman. Again, 2-player card game, inexpensive, lovely little package, great illustration.
Yeah, it's definitely part of a new line we're working on.
I like that line. And then finally,
Shiba Inu House, adorable game by Ozza Chen. He did Kitty Paw and Doggy Go for us, and this is the next one in that line of games, another pattern matching game where now you're trying to make dog houses. universes. Sure, that might sound easy, but the differences in the patterns are incredibly subtle, and it makes it very difficult, but very fun.
Yeah, I've seen people and the energy that comes up when this gets played, and it's puzzly, but the pressure of the time and things like that, because you're racing essentially against other players, adds a little tension there, which is super fun. And Shiba Inu House is in stores?
This is coming out in April.
Okay, so really, really soon people can
Yeah.
get this adorable game.
Yep, it landed in our warehouse. We're working on getting it out to everybody, so check for it in April.
So this is a busy year for Renegade. You
Yeah.
guys are blitzing on games.
We have a lot going on. We have
How are you holding up?
I'm excited. I love
Okay.
games. We actually have 2 more announcements later this week, so
Oh, really?
yeah, keep your eye out for those.
All right,
Secrets.
I like it. I like it. I'm gonna go pressure you off camera later. Okay.
That sounds good.
Okay. Sarah, thank you so much. Renegade Games has a huge lineup. Really appreciate you taking the time with us today.
Thank you. It's been awesome.
And thank you everybody for watching.